right? So it's all about the physical coordination. And in the continuation of this physical coordination, coming to the human coordination system part 2, this is what? It's a chemical coordination. It's a chemical coordination. And this chemical coordination is nothing but it's a hormonal system. Is there any side effect to the health for these techniques? Obviously. See, in the case of narcoanalysis, they are going to induce sleeping. They are going to induce the brain. They are going to induce sleeping condition artificially. That is the anesthesia, and then they are going to interrogate you. Fine. So in that case, what happened when you are in the sleep condition, and if someone is going to interrogate, in that case, you will not able to recall the things easily. You will not able to recall the things easily. So in that case, you will try to stress your brain, just to recall the events. So if you are going to stress, if you are going to exert stress beyond a particular level in that case, there could also be the possibility of the brain stroke conditions. Means even the blood vessels are going to be ruptured. So in that case, you could also be collapsed. There is a condition of the collapsing of even the accused. So that is the logic behind the entire truth-seeking techniques are usually conducted under the supervision of a doctor, because doctor is going to monitor the medical parameters. Otherwise, if the police officials are going to interrogate, so they will least bother about the medical parameter, and there could be the chance of the loss of life of accused. Fine. So it is always on the discussion and on the recommendation and in the presence of the doctor, and it is always facilitated by doctor. Doctor is going to make you understand you are supposed to ask your question of intensity to this extent. Right, and doctor is observing how the patient is replying, how the accused is replying. It is being observed by the doctor, and if there is any deviation from the normal to the abnormal condition, so the police official will be stopped by the doctor. They are supposed to ask, like, you are not supposed to perform because your question is threat to the life of this accused. Yes, Maya. Yes, Maria, I hope you understand. Maria? So, going to continue this human coordination system part 2, that is the chemical coordination, is the hormone system. And this hormone system is also called as, technically, it is also known as endocrine system, hormonal system. Fine. And if we talk about the endocrine system or the hormonal system, the glands are endocrine glands. And this releases hormones. And when we talk about the hormones, you see here, hormones are chemically amine, steroid or protein. Yes, hormones are specific chemical messengers secreted by endocrine gland, poured directly into the blood and carried by the blood circulation, act on a specific tissue organ called as target organ. Hormones are transported by the blood streams from endocrine cell which act on the target cell or organs. This example. See here. When we talk about the insulin is released by pancreas, and then this insulin mixed with the blood, and then it keeps moving toward the body part, and it is going to ensure the breakdown of the blood glucose. Fine. So the point is that here, what actually I am trying to make you understand, hormones are chemical messenger, because hormones message body parts through the body parts along with the blood circulation, and there is no tube-like structure is required to ensure the circulation of these hormones. Rather, hormones are directly poured into the blood. So no ducting is required. Rather, it is directly poured into the blood. Is the logic behind hormones are also known as ductless gland or gland of internal secretion. Endocrine glands are ductless glands or gland of internal secretion. Fine, ductless glands or gland of internal secretion. ठीक है. Fine. So there are two different glands in the body. One is exocrine, the gland with duct. All digestive glands like salivary gland, all digestive glands. And here with duct means glands have discharge. These glands have duct for discharging their secretion, and these secretions are carried to a particular organ for some metabolic activity. So from the source, like suppose there is a tap water, and we need to pour water to some other place. So we need to connect the tap with the pipe, and then we are supposed to water on the other side. So the pipe is required here. This pipe is duct. Like the same here, from the salivary gland to the place of action, there is a ducting, and that ducting is what? It's a tube-like structure. So in all digestive enzymes, so all digestive enzymes are the secretion from the digestive gland through the tube, and these tubes are what? It's a duct, concerned duct, connecting duct. But in the case of endocrine, there is no duct. In the case of endocrine, no duct, ductless gland, without duct, because directly poured into the blood. Yes, directly pour in blood. And here the secretions are known as hormones. Fine. So if you see here, it's a location of different glands. Pineal gland, hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid, thymus, pancreas, adrenal, testis and ovary, brain, neck, chest, abdomen, at top of kidney, and these are gonads. Fine. So these are the glands. These are the glands in the body, and the entire growth and development and the behavior is because of entire growth, development, metabolism, and the behavior is because of the chemical secretion from these glands. Right? So let me take one by one. See here. First is the pineal gland. The pineal gland releases chemical like melatonin. That we are going to elaborate. See, we are going to elaborate this, function of the endocrine glands step by step, one by one. The function of the endocrine gland we are going to elaborate one by one. So the first is pineal gland, and this releases melatonin, and this melatonin involves sleep and the wake cycle. Means here pineal gland, this releases melatonin, hormone, and this control sleep and wake cycle. Biological clock, or the same is called as circadian rhythm. Why? Because this melatonin, this induces sleep. This induces sleep. This melatonin induces sleep. Yes. So sleep, melatonin induces sleep. So the 24-hour cycle means sleep and the wake cycle. The same is called as the biological clock, or the same is called as the circadian rhythm. circadian, then we always up. You just try to see your 24-hour cycle. See, maybe 10 o'clock, maybe 11 p.m., 12 p.m. you're going to be sleep automatically. Automatically, because you have already maintained morning 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you're going to wake up because this cycle is all automatically maintained. Fine. Again, you feel like morning 10 o'clock, you feel like, hungry, you feel like hungry, then you are going to take a breakfast, again, lunch. Means 24 घंटे के the entire 24-hour cycle is maintained by this particular chemical, and that is the melatonin. And this melatonin is the secretion of the pineal gland. Pineal gland is the logic behind why this is called as the sleep and the wake cycle, or the biological clock, or even the circadian rhythm. All are same. All are same. All are same. Biological clock and the circadian rhythm, both are same. Fine. And technically, this is nothing but it's the sleep and the wake cycle. Right? Okay. ठीक है. The next is the pineal gland is affected by tea and coffee. क्यों भाई? Pineal gland is not affected by tea and coffee directly and indirectly. Rather, tea and coffee has tea and coffee as a whole, both tea and either tea or coffee. So tea has a particular chemical like the stimulant chemical inside, and these chemicals are going to induce the functioning of neurotransmitter, and you feel like awake, you feel like mentally relaxed. The similar is in the case of coffee also. The tea and coffee both are considered as the relishing, refreshing and stimulating, just because of the some alkaloids, and these alkaloids are the relishing alkaloids. So these are not concerned with the pineal activities. Rather the tea and coffee, these two are related with the neurotransmitter. Fine. So just to support the neurotransmitter, and as a result of the supporting the action of the neurotransmitter, you are going to feel like awake. You are going to feel like fresh just because of just after taking tea and coffee. Is the ultimate logic behind tea and coffee requirement when we feel like passive. In the case of mammals, circadian rhythms are maintained by melatonin. I'm just talking about the mammals. I'm talking about the mammal. Human is what? It's a mammal. I'm not talking about the bird. I'm not talking about the insects. They have different cycles. And that discussion is not required. That's why it is. I'm just talking about the circadian rhythm of the mammals. Which makes the person awake? Melatonin makes the person sleepy. Melatonin induces sleep. Melatonin induces sleep. Fine. Next is hypothalamus. Position is there in brain. This hormone control pituitary gland. In addition, it makes hormone that are stored in the pituitary gland. Means the point is that if at the same time, see here, mention here, pituitary gland produces hormones to regulate many of the other endocrine function. Means and ultimately the location of both are where exactly in brain. So what actually this statement is talking about as a whole? Let me mention here. It is talking about this hypothalamus. This hypothalamus is in brain and it controls pituitary action. Means the action of pituitary gland. And the pituitary gland is what? Master gland. Fine. So see what happened. Now this pituitary gland, when we talk about this pituitary gland, it releases so many hormones. Like the first is growth hormone. Yes. Second is ACTH. Third is TSH. We are going to elaborate. Fourth is FSH. Fifth is LH. This is related with the adrenal gland. It is related with the thyroid, and these two are related with the sexual activities. Apart from this, the hypothalamus releases two hormones. One is oxytocin and the second is ADH. These two hormones are also stored in pituitary. So if we talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 and 2, synthesis in hypothalamus. Storage in pituitary gland. Fine. 3 to 7, synthesis and storage, both in pituitary gland. Fine. Take my words. Oxytocin and ADH, these two are synthesized in hypothalamus and storage is done in pituitary. Fine, pituitary. While growth hormones ACTH, TSH, FSH and LH. Means 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 synthesis is done in pituitary, and even storage is also done in pituitary. Storage is also done in pituitary. We are going to elaborate the function of these hormones as well as the different controversies related with these hormones. So 1, 2 means oxytocin and the ADH. Synthesis part is in hypothalamus, while the storage part is in pituitary, while growth hormone ACTH, TSH, FSH and the LH. Fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 to 7 are synthesized in pituitary and the storage is also in pituitary. Fine. Okay. So let me take one by one. Can we go ahead? Okay, wait. So see, okay, right. So let me elaborate one by one. Like the first is oxytocin. And this oxytocin is, this is what? It's a milk releasing hormone or birth hormone. It helps in uterine contraction. During child birth. Fine. This is what? This is something the natural. It's a natural function of oxytocin. What we are talking about. But in market we also have chemical oxytocin, which is known as pitocin. Which is used for cattle milking to increase size of fruits and vegetables, and to stop bleeding during child birth. Fine. And to fasten sexual attainment in female. Yes. So this is somewhere if the girl child trapped in sexual racket, so they are being injected. This is negative aspect. This is also negative aspect. This is also negative aspect. This is negative aspect. It is negative aspect, and this is negative aspect.